am Chip Rowan. On this episode of Our Neighbors, we are here at the Connellsville Daily Courier, and with me is Roxanne Abramowitz. And Roxanne is the managing editor for the Daily Courier. Good to be here with you, Roxanne.
Oh, thanks, Chip.
Now, you have a history here with the Daily Courier, and I know a little bit of it, but would you share with our viewers kind of when you first started here and some of the roles that you have served in?
Sure. It's been a long time. I started out of college in 1984. I had previously worked part-time at the Herald Standard. A full-time position opened up here, and the former managing editor, Lee Elby, who recently passed away, allowed me to take a position as a reporter here. And I was a reporter for, I don't even know how long, but I started out covering the smaller municipalities, South Connellsville, Dawson, Vanderbilt, Dunbar, all those little places. And then at some point I rose up, got to cover Connellsville School Board, at the point Connellsville City Council. At one point I was over in Mount Pleasant and Scottdale. I think I've covered all of our coverage area. So I was a reporter for, probably 15 years or so.
Wow, okay.
Then at one point in time, we had a features editor, and I took over that position for a while under Shawnee Culbertson, who was the managing editor for a few years. And then while she was here, I became the city editor. And then when she departed, our former general manager, Barbara Tano, gave me the opportunity to become the managing editor. And I was managing editor for probably about 15 years.
Wow. I knew it was a while.
It was a while. And then I took a little vacation for a couple years and went to another newspaper as a copy editor. And about 5 months ago, I think it was, I got a phone call from the officials at the Daily Courier asking if I would be interested in coming back. And since where I was at, I was a copy editor, I was basically just on the desk paginating pages, and I really missed the community aspect of newspapers. So after some discussion with my husband, he told me I was allowed to come back.
Well, I'm glad he allowed you, and it's great to have you back here too. And
Thank you.
I've worked with you in different capacities when I was at Community Ministries and with Armstrong, and we appreciate Armstrong having a community newspaper.
Thank you.
And I know your focus is to have it be part of the community.
Exactly.
And you've made some changes since you've come back. I mean, with like the column on the side, and
we just wanted to try to get as much local in the paper as we can. We did. It's hard to believe that we just added a rail on the left-hand side, Good Morning. We put little things like things that are happening in the community. It may be something like a rent rebate, anything that we think somebody out in the community may be interested in. Sometimes if the reporter would go to a meeting and they see something that they think might be a little bit funny or whatever, we might put it on the rail. It just, like we said, it's something that we think people might be interested in. Or we had a kindergarten registration on the other day because that's what people want to see. They want to see, the local stuff. Occasionally, yes, we do have to have some national news, obviously, or state news, but we do try to keep it as community-oriented as possible. Our communities we serve are not only Connellsville, but we go into Scottdale and the Mount Pleasant area, the mountains as well.
Growing up in Mill Run, the Daily Courier was our daily newspaper. Yeah.
Yes. The mountain communities are very loyal to us, But that's our goal, to get as much community news as possible. With a small staff, we're really trying hard, and...
Well, you've seen a lot of change there, I'm sure, with technology. And,
yes.
Just you mind talking a little bit about some of the changes you've seen, like just with online and.
Okay. Oh yeah, I mean, online is a big thing now. As you'll see, a lot of newspapers are going to all online. Some newspapers have stopped publishing, several days a week and just going to online. We are online every day. While we have a print edition Tuesday through Saturday, on Monday we are online only though. Okay. But still, our print edition is still very important to us. We think the the demographics in our area, the people in our area really do.
They still want to hold a
They
newspaper.
want to hold a newspaper, exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
And just things like photography. I remember back in the day you actually had photographers and you would develop things here,
Yes.
and that's really changed with digital photography.
Exactly. Digital came in. Digital is good because you don't have to do the darker. When I was a reporter, that was one of our things. Because when I came, we only had one photographer, so we had to also learn how to develop film, which was a joke for me because I remember the photographer always yelled at me because I'd have these streaks in the negatives. So I don't miss negatives, but digital, yes, it helped change a lot. You can, you just come download on the computer. Now there are even cameras or phones where if somebody is out in the field and we need it right now, they can email it to us through their phone or through their cameras.
Right.
And that's another thing. A lot of people here, we don't have a designated photographer. We all take our own photos, and so you'll see us all using basically our phones, and that's a new thing too.
Yeah,
so.
well, the quality of that is great anymore. It's
Yes,
amazing.
yes. I mean, it is amazing what a phone can do. It is.
One time you actually used to print the paper here too, and over
did.
time that has changed
Yes,
too.
that happened. Oh, geez, I don't even know how long ago, but yes, years ago we did print. The area is still there. The printer, the press is not here anymore. They sold that many years ago. But
I imagine that changed the dynamic in the building too. The fact that you're not printing here. Yeah.
It did. And it changed the way it changed the production too. Also, back years and years ago, they used to have a production department that, stripped it on the pages and everything. But now everything is done. We became, as editors, we were just editors and somebody else put the paper together. Then when computer pagination came on, we became paginators too. So that's a lot of things have changed over the years.
Yeah. Now you mentioned your husband Joe, and Joe has a history in newspaper too.
Joe has been in the newspaper industry for a very long time, yes.
And I've had the privilege through Armstrong working with Joe a lot. He's covered a lot of things that we've worked with. Last year we did the 50th anniversary for the musical, and he was really involved. And of course the telethon, he's helps us get the word out about that. So we appreciate his work, and it's nice that you're his boss now.
Yes.
I'm sure he would say the same thing too. Yeah.
But he's used to having me be the boss.
That's right. Yeah. And he seems to be fine with that, so that's a good thing.
He is. But it's we work together. It's more of a team effort.
I'm sure it is.
And actually, it's a team effort among everyone in the building. I talked to you, I said earlier, we do have a very small staff right now, and you can't succeed unless you are all on the same team. Yeah. And we're a team. Everyone that works here is local. Yeah. Everyone knows the area.
With paper too.
That has a history with the paper.
Yeah.
I told you our business manager, building manager, Mary Kozel, she's been here forever, knows everything. If anyone needs anything, they could call her. She knows the answer.
Yeah. It's great to have people with that history like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, if someone wants to get a subscription to the Daily Courier, how can they do that?
They could call down here, or they could go online, call down 724-628-2000, and they will immediately be helped. Or you could go online, the www.dailycourier.com, and you can get a subscription online.
Excellent. And for advertising, and one of the ways, folks, you can make sure that there is a local paper is to support them.
Yes.
Buy a subscription. That revenue helps them to keep the paper here.
Exactly.
And also advertising. So if you own a business, advertising in the local paper is, so if people want to advertise, what's the best way for them to do that?
They can contact our two advertising reps, Jared Lash, who does the Connellsville area, and our general manager, Joanne Ritchie, who is also in advertising. Call down here and ask for them, and they will help you in any way. They will be happy to.
They can call that same phone number, 724-628-2000.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Or go online and find the Daily Courier online.
That's correct.
Anything else, Roxanne, that you want to share? I mean, anything that comes to mind?
We are a community newspaper, and we want to reach out to the community. If they need anything, we want them to call us and let us know. I mean, we can't be every place, but we try,
And I see you are a lot of places.
Yeah. And we don't know of anything, so if you hear anything, know anything, think that there is there's something that you want to tell us and you think people should know, just pick up the phone, call 6724-628-2000, or you can email us. We all have our own email addresses, which are in the paper.
Right. I think that's usually like on what, page 4?
It's on page 5, usually
okay.
4 or 5.
Okay.
Give us a call, email us, whatever, because we do want to hear from you. And
Yeah.
if there's something you don't like, I mean, let us know. I mean, that's the only way we're going to know that you don't like it.
Yeah.
So
communicate is the key.
communicate with us. Yeah.
Now, you have local employees here, so we're employing folks, and supporting the paper helps to keep those folks employed too.
Absolutely.
So we just encourage you to support your local paper. I appreciate what you do here. For Armstrong, we get a lot of our news that we cover out of there. Often I'll talk to Rick and say, hey, I saw this in the Courier, and the Falcon Foundation Hall of Fame was one of those things.
Yes.
We saw that story, and we followed up on that, and we're able to help them because they couldn't have their dinner.
That's great.
We're able to help them do that. So thank you for keeping the news in front of us too.
You're welcome. And thank you for helping us too.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here, Roxanne.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us today.